Versali. We're here with the family. We're here in Pensacola, Florida. And we popped up on a brother and a sister that we hold near and dear to our heart. We have our sister Nielah
Peace, family.
and our brother Baba out in line.
Peace and blessings.
And hey, good to have y'all presence here. Y'all to grace us with your presence.
Okay.
Any one of y'all have anything y'all would like to share poetically
That's the poet in the
or
family.
musically?
Well, I'll share a little piece of the poem that is from my recent book called Up from the Mud, The Rebirthing of a Lotus. And it's actually one of the first poems in the book called Testimony. So I'm going to try to spit a few lines from that read, okay? All right, so it goes, when the Almighty created me to arrive on the scene, I had no choice but to exist into this being. He blessed with purpose, praise, and plan in mind, because he wanted I to be in tune with the signs of the time. Creativity and talents and gifts God granted filled my spirit with his anointing, which I later gained wisdom about. At a time, life was a bliss. Artistic desires lived to the fullest. Walking out every dream, a mist. A whirlwind hit, the mind shattered. Sex, drugs, wind, men and women, things of evil saturated my soul. My world shattered. Had to take a grip of what this all meant. A second chance I lived to tell the story untold. Oh, it wasn't a myth. Stumbling blocks release because my soul was cold. See, in order to survive the trial, one must seek to overcome the test. Nielah, she learned her own experiences through others alike. I conquered and revived because mercy and grace was my arrest. Y'all bless.
Yes. Ashe.
Peace and blessings. The only thing that I have to add, and it's difficult to follow, is we all live in a village. And we believe in the village concept. So when I say speak up, always say speak easy. And when you speak easy, that means for you to speak lightly, speak with sweetness on your tongue, because you have Ashe in your breath. And as you move through this thing that we call life, understand that you have purpose because you already have achieved understanding and are reaching for wisdom. Always, always remember, never listen to the words that come out of my mouth. Always listen to your words that are coming from your ovary. Speak up.
Speak easy.
Speak up.
Speak easy.
Speak up.
Speak easy.
Always, always, always follow your voice.
Ashe.
So, now I ask y'all one question.
Yeah.
Now I have y'all here. Because I respect y'all's opinion. I see y'all to be credible people. Okay, what do y'all think about all of the events going on in the world right now? As far as like, even though we know the riots and all of these are almost like byproducts of the real problems. They like symptoms of some of the real problems going on. And within all of this, it's a specific but kind of general question just based on all of the things that are going on.
Okay.
Which is different levels to it. You know, you got different issues as far as like a lot of the protests, a lot of people noticing that a lot of the races that are showing up are really like other than black. So, in fact, let's go with that. I just want to know what y'all think about that. Do y'all think because of we seeing this like diverse look of a protest, when it comes to protests of freedom and revolutionary is normally a blackface. Now we seeing it like diversify. Do you think that's a change of the world as far as people identifying with our struggle?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked. I'll leave it up to the Queen to start. She has some very, very powerful thoughts. We've talked about this on a couple of occasions.
Well, I have many thoughts on that. we still have a lot of unchaining to do in our minds, in our spirits, and in our beings. A lot of freeing up to do from the inside. And so until we're free on the inside, will other things free us up? Okay. And so, you know, the freedom starts within the village. You know, when we become free to open up our arms and embrace ourselves and embrace one another, then the chains can be unleashed, you know, on the outer world. And as far as the appearance of others supporting us, that's metaphoric. Also, there's many reasons I believe behind that. We'll never want on I don't know how deep of a level this would be, but these are our offsprings. So these are, you know, generations of us that we see in different color. That's number one, right? And so the other part of that is, yes, this is another generation of a global mindset that has a universal heartbeat, that has a far-reaching but reaching thought process of trying to understand what's really going on. They may not understand it,
Right.
but they're far-reaching to understand. Okay, so there's many reasons, and so again, we have to do the unchaining. Nobody has the power, the liberty, the right, the ability, the strength, you know, the power. They don't have it.
That's right.
We have to unchain ourselves. So when we arm ourselves with self-love, self-care, self-awareness, self-initiation, self-power, all of that self-stuff, we won't ever have to be concerned about what others can and cannot do to us, because we'll then be equipped to do it for us, ourselves.
Right.
Right.
And just to add to that, that was beautiful. That was a great segue. The power. The power lies with us, for us and by us. When we had nothing, coming from slavery and the emancipation, we were able to create and thrive in a post-slavery time. And until we demonstrated we could do better than our captors, did they have to again come back and reinstitute a new slave, Jim Crow, to attempt to stifle our progress and to move us back to where they were comfortable. But we never, in all the oppression that we face, and understand that we've always lived in this system, and we've made it a choice to participate in this system. And I think that a lot of times we misunderstand what our place and positions are to struggle. And through the struggle, we become better. But always understand that it's never going to be better for us until we understand self, who we are, where we're trying to go, and then getting there requires and mandates a plan. See, our captors never said, write it down. They say it's in a book, and believe us when we tell you. It comes from us, it comes out of us, and it manifests in our writing when we speak it into existence. We've known this. We have just gotten out of the practice. And so the protests that you were speaking about before is a manifestation of us saying enough is enough. But we have to understand that when we're marching, that we have to speak the things that we want to manifest in our lives. And then we have to back it up with our cold, hard dollars. Because in the end, the only thing that the oppressors understand is money. Right. And when we have that same understanding of our financial responsibilities to ourselves and to our communities, will we gain the respect that we're asking for other people to show us. And lastly, if there was The understanding that there was nothing that you could do to me without there being some repercussions would these types of things stop happening. If I have a registered weapon and I am licensed to carry concealed, and there was more black folks, young folks, Latino folks, and other folks of color that were in that same position with that same mindset, then there would be less people like Mr. Rope who walked into the church and shot all those people because he knew that they were not armed. If there was just a threat of that opportunity for us to be able to defend ourselves through the rules and the regulations that have been laid out for everyone, we have to participate in the system that we were put into. If we are going to continue to stay here and we're going to continue to fight for rights, rules, and regulations that benefit us, then we have to exercise all of them. That Constitution is not just for the few, it's for everyone. And we can't just pick and choose the ones that's beneficial and leave the rest of it. We have to exercise the whole darn thing. So exercise your money, exercise your rights, and always exercise your mind. Write your plan, even if you don't know what your plan is. The only reason the plan is good is so that you can change it. And make sure that people around you know what your plan is, so that if they can help you, it just makes it that much easier for you to get done the things that you said that you want, so that you can feel self-empowered, self-improved, and be self-benefited by our actions and yours. That's what I feel about this time that we're in right now. It's just shining a light on the things that we've already known, and there are more people who are sympathetic.
Right.
We all individually don't have any power, but together we've demonstrated a movement. Exercise your rights. The First Amendment, like Dave Chappelle said, the First Amendment is to exercise your voice. And when that one doesn't work, you always have the Second Amendment to back it up.
Okay.
Well said. Well
Shame.
said.
Yes.
I agree. And we on the world stage right now, the whole world watching. So look, brothers and sisters, I want to thank y'all.
No
All
problem.
y'all got
Appreciate
things to
you.
do.
All right.
Y'all stay busy doing y'all divine thing. Right.
All right.
So y'all enjoy.
Gladly appreciate the
Y'all
opportunity.
be safe when y'all travel.
All right.
Yes,
Safe
sir.
travel.
Thank y'all for blessing the channel.
Ah, Shay.
Till next time.
Peace
All
and
right.
love.
Peace and love.
Till next time.
And for more information, just so you know, I am a Yoruba priest and a Gungun priest, which is a priest of the ancestors who help people to not only find out about your lineage, about venerating your ancestors, about your DNA, but also about the history and the timeline by which your family came to this country. We also help with wellness tools and helping to heal families and restore families. So on my website, which is www.nielahspears.com, it's NIELAHSPEARS.com. It is actually under construction right now, but do go on, check it out. I do mentorship, counseling, we do marriages, we do Reiki, just a little bit of everything. We sell oils and incense, just a little bit of everything. We are just a holistic, all-around business that help to educate, inspire, and to heal families of color and the extension thereof. So please check us out, and we look forward to coming back to the area soon. So peace and love, family.
What's up, family? It's Versali, and I'm here to come back with a follow-up conclusion of our pop-up that we did with our sister Nielah and our brother Baba out of Atlanta. Now, we popped up to the Temple of Oshun's Golden Harvest here in Pensacola, and we so happened to catch the couple on their way out. know, they are a couple I would consider like international. They're always all over the map. We caught them on their way back in Pensacola, passed through, and they graced us with their time. And Baba blessed us with a peace of mind, and Sister Nielah blessed us with a poetry piece and a peace of mind as well. And to get to her piece, the piece that she shared, it was an interesting piece. Not the poem, but my take on it. It kind of reminds me of a piece, a few poetry pop-ups ago, with the brother Usamir Ray, the piece that he shared, and when he spoke about almost as a child incarnating here, and being faced with death from the introduction. You know what I mean? But he had his little detailed descriptions in the midst of all of that, which hers kind of put me in a similar place, except she details kind of someone who came here as a reflection of the Creator, to come here pure in their essence, untampered with, still clean slate, innocent, and someone who goes on that journey and grows. You know what I mean? And throughout that journey, it's like I'm hearing someone who, I don't want to say fell from grace in a way, but I guess kind of fell from grace, dealing with the temptations of the world and a lot of the lust and a lot of the few things that she highlighted within the piece. I'm hearing someone who dealing with the pressures of the world, who somewhat got away from the path from which they started as a child, being a reflection of the Creator, being pure in their essence. And I hear someone had to go through their peaks and then through their valleys, and somehow through all that find themselves, and once again show that reflection of the Creator, you know, to find their way, find their path again, and they shine with it. It's a relief. A piece did a good job of illustrating it. So I approve of it. I like it. And she's a damn good performer, you know. When she started, she went into character, you know, the Broadway type material. You know, good theatrical and acting play, like you need that. And I hear the sister is well versed in that area. Has experience in that background. Yeah, so I want to thank you, Nielah, for what you shared with us. I have to pop up on you again, you know. Sister's multi-talented. You know, we can pop up on you on many different crafts. And I know she's gonna come through with it. But also, I asked a question, which Nielah shared some of her answer, and Baba gave his input as well. I like the answer that I like the way she answered it. And the question was centered around the protests and the things we're seeing out here today with a lot of the rise. And has the face of the rebellion changed? You know what I mean? Like, has the face changed? Which the face of it has changed, you know? it's not just that black face that we become also used to seeing, always with the back against the wall, like it's always us, which we still dealing with the issues, but more people decide to show up to the rallies, so to speak. But the way that she answered, I could respect the answer. It's an answer that came from a more seasoned place. You know what I mean? A more seasoned frame of mind, a more mature frame of mind. It shows you this is someone who sees the world through some clear lens, pretty much. You know what I mean? Because you can get different answers when it comes to that. Especially a lot of us of African descent who find them some knowledge yourself. It be these times where if they get a chance, this is where it's my time to shine. So people gonna get all ignorant and belligerent with it. Yeah, we did this, we did that, and you did this, and you did that. Looking for that payback. You know what I mean? And which some of that is a part of the growth. Some of that is a part of the journey early on. You gotta get that up out your system, burn it out. Get over that. With certain things you don't get over. But as far as get out of that initial anger that's on your chest, that's keeping, you know what I mean, it's about to make you blow up or whatever. It's important to get that out. But the way she answered the question, it was from a more seasoned area, which I can appreciate the answer. And I can feel the way that she answered the question. You know what I mean? Because I myself see things from a more mature point of view when looking at these things. I do a lot of the small talk. Certain things is what they is, and certain things ain't worth talking about. But I appreciate the input that she gave. I appreciate what the brother Baba had to speak and what he had to share in his piece. Going on some of the things that Baba shared, on some of the things that we should do, like as a people, as far as exercising our right to speak in all of the different forms of speaking, whether it's speaking your truth, speaking your pains, like speaking what bothers you. You know what I mean? Like that can go a lot of ways when it comes to speaking. Based on your level of thinking. During these times, we need to be speaking words of power. We need to be speaking to our ancestors. We need to be speaking to the spirit forces that have our best interest in mind. We need to be speaking to all of those on the other side whose spirit forces are connected with ours, whose blood we shed, those who identified in the struggle. All of that will fall up under the umbrella of speaking. And it's the time to do all of that right now. Something else he touched on is with our money, we gotta stop funding our own oppression. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was tripping one day. I woke up and I hear people talking about defunding the police. So I'm like, for real? Which I wouldn't be the one to stop it or knock it. But I know that's a big, you know what I'm saying, that's a big request for them to ask for. But the whole idea, you know, what have some people thinking like, we we can do that. You know, which is a reminder, yeah, the people do have the power. The people do have the power. And yeah, these are public servants. You know what I'm saying? These are public servants who protect some and serve others. You know, some of us get served with ass whooping. Other of us get served with justice. You know what I mean? They get that public service that they pay for. But anyway, I want to ramble on that. But as far as paying with our money, definitely don't want to pay for our oppression. Most definitely. We gotta pay those who look like us. Start patronizing each other as a form of self-love. You know what I mean? Like a form of self-love. Really want to look out for all of those who appreciate you, who appreciate your business. It's not just about a race thing, but I have to push that, like, because this is something that my community don't practice enough. Like, we trying to play catch up. You know, we trying to play catch up to get back to the game. You know what I mean? Like, we got tripped in the race. So it's like we trying to play catch up to get back so we can try to start to do this thing fair or whatever, so to speak. But yeah, man, we got so ways to go. But when it comes to our money, we gotta definitely put our money like a vote. You know what I mean? It's like a vote. You put it where your mouth at. And you also put your money like your vote. You put it behind something that's gonna work for you, or something that represents you, or something that got your best interest in mind. And the moment we start thinking like that, it makes the difference of it raining outside and each raindrop being $1. If each raindrop was $1, you know, they fall, 1,000 of them can fall. And they just fall here, they fall there. It's not falling in a concentrated area. Yeah, the raindrops might hit this part of the ground, hit that part of the ground. It might dissolve into the ground. But it's not the same as that one drop. That concentrated drop that would drop, and eat a hole through a rock. You know, erode a rock away. Or that one drop that'll eat a hole through the soil. Because it's concentrated and it's consistent in this area. That's what makes the world different. Same thing with our money. Throwing it in 1,000 places. It could be a lot more effective if it's channeled and directed in a certain area. Like, it's like laws of physics, but it's straight sense. But yeah. So most definitely. Shout out to what the brother was saying. It's true. Real talk. Yeah, so me and the brother, we had a few talks, you know what I mean, like privately, you know, and every time that we link up, like, me and Baba always had this, you know, we get to building this stuff, man, and almost like going back to elementary school children or whatever, man. I say that in the best way, respectful way. As far as like, I say elementary school children as far as like, man, getting lost in the conversation. You know what I mean? Still men. And similar way that you're saying we're Nefertiti and Nielah, where they get to building sometimes, man, it's the energy that I'll be like, wow, you know? goes to Baba, Adelana, and Nielah. Them as a couple, they have an energy that they have and that they carry with them. And that they kind of permeate. And the same with Nefertiti and myself. And even when we mismatch, with Baba and I build, there's that energy there, like when we build. And same with Nefertiti and Nielah. So I always like that type, I always like the vibe when we around. This is one I definitely look forward to. And if you got that type of vibe that's interchangeable, like, hey, you can build something. You know what I mean? You vibe with somebody like that, like you can build something constructive and productive. And that's why I links with the brother and the sister. So once again, I want to thank Nielah and Baba Adelana for y'all time, for the poetry piece, and for the peace of mind, and for what y'all shared. We want to give all our props, all our love. Who we gonna pop up on next? I don't know. We gonna see. Hey, and another, I'm gonna give a shout out to our good people at the Temple of Oshun's Golden Harvest. I like it to the people. Versali, I'm out.